What's going on, guys? It's Eric again, back with another video. Kind of before I get into this video here, guys, I really haven't done a whole lot with this channel here since I think I did it last month. Gonna hopefully kind of turn stuff around. Gonna get some more Lions content out here for you guys. So hopefully stick around for the, I think, 4 subscribers that I got right now. Kickstarting this channel from coming over from my main channel over to this channel. Kind of gonna manage 2 YouTube channels. So we're gonna go ahead and kind of see how this all goes. So now that that's out of the way, Detroit Lions lose to the New York Giants 14-3. I'm kind of looking at it here on the ESPN's website. I really kind of think of it as the tale of 2 teams, 2 very different teams. You have the Detroit Lions, who looked uninspired, didn't look very good, mistake-riddled to me. There was a couple flashes, but mostly mistake-riddled. And you have the New York Giants, who were kind of looking a little bit promising and a little more into the game and didn't make as many mistakes to me as looking through my eyes. They were the better team, and they ended up scoring 14 points all in the second quarter, which was enough for them to win the game. Now, Nate Sutfield, guys, isn't. If Goff goes down, this team is a wash. I will put it that way, at least based on the first preseason game. He needs some games under his belt if Nate Sutfield is even gonna be a halfway decent quarterback for us going into the 2024 season, and God forbid something happens to Jared Goff. This game kind of looked. It wasn't good here, guys. I'm not going to try to sugarcoat or anything. It just wasn't good. Sutfield kind of, when he took the snap, was kind of sitting back there, kind of let the pocket collapse in on him. And by the time he thought he had to scramble, there wasn't anywhere to scramble to. There was a defensive lineman or a linebacker, right, or even a safety right in his face to at least the very least disrupt him, which ended up kind of more or less being sacks. I don't know how many sacks he took. It says here on ESPN there must be 4 sacks for 4-22. I don't know what that means. Maybe he had 4 sacks for the 22 attempted sacks, I guess is what that is. I don't know. I'm no big stat guy, so someone out there would have to know kind of what's going on with that. So that was a little bit concerning to me. He needs to learn to throw the ball away and live another down. And when he was able to throw the balls weren't very good. He was kind of very errant on his throws. A lot of balls that were either at the feet of the receiver or just kind of just thrown over top, which ended up with at least 1 interception that I remember. Maybe there was 2. It says here 1 interception on the stat sheet here. So to me, Nate Sutfield didn't really do a really good job, and the offense suffered for it. And the defense kind of came out there, and they were tired. You could tell the offense really couldn't get anything going, which in turn is going to make a lot of time out there for the defense. And the defense kind of started off the game looking actually pretty good. I was like, okay, the defense might be able to help us kind of keep us into this game here. But then the repetition of Sutfield mistakes and maybe some mistakes from the offensive lineman kind of pushed the ball back a little bit and kind of put them in situations where they didn't really need to be in. And it ended up the defensive was out there just too long here, guys. It ended up making them being tired. And mostly in the second half where the Giants scored 14 points today. It ended up winning the game. Now, the defense I thought looked okay at times. They were tired, guys. But for the most part, they looked tired. The second half was way better than the first half for the defense here. And the only reason I'm kind of bringing that up was, again, the offense sputtered. They had their points of being kind of a flash in the pan, but most of the time the offense didn't look very good here, guys. And I know I'm kind of harping that, kind of beating that offense looked bad drum, but they did today. There wasn't really a whole lot really to kind of hang your hat on and kind of be good. Now Calhoun, I thought he looked okay today. He was good. Peoples-Jones kind of had one kind of pass there where it was a tough catch. He tried to do a one-handed catch, and there was another one where he kind of put his will on it to try to get him tackled. And I don't understand why the Lions don't incorporate him more into the offense. And then maybe especially into the where Sutfield kind of maybe needs help. Put Peoples-Jones in there to get him some confidence, because that man can catch the balls. We've seen it when, if you watch Michigan football, he did it when he was at Michigan, and he did it when he was around the NFL. I think with the Browns he did it. I think he was with the Browns organization when he was there. He was all right when he was there. They just kind of, Dan needs to kind of bring him in more, especially in the preseason, to get Sutfield and to get Hendon Hooker better kind of going off here. And Hendon Hooker, he looked better. He's obviously, at least today's game, he looked better than Sutfield did by quite a wide margin, I kind of thought here. Hooker kind of took the offense, kind of drove him down, but ended up getting him scoring, but at least kind of drove him down the field there a little bit until something happened and he got injured, which we won't know that. The two commentators up there, which was Golden Tate and somebody else, I can't remember the other guy's name, I didn't recognize him. They were in for the Fox, it was through the Fox affiliate there on the Lions Network. They were kind of putting it on there that you're not just going to hear any injury updates here in the preseason. So hopefully he comes out. He walked off under his own power and didn't look to be grimacing or anything like that. So hopefully it was just maybe a nick or something like that where he kind of went, ooh, man, that kind of hurts a little bit. And they just said, well, if it hurts, you're not going to go back into the game. So, but the injury bug kind of follows him too here, so we're going to have to kind of keep an eye on that. Special teams to me, well, we didn't really see a whole lot from the special teams. There was 2 fumbles right at the early part of the game on the receiving end, which was a little bit concerning, and the Giants had one too. But it was raining there today, so I really can't fault the. I really can't fault them for that. Although you do have wet ball drills just for that too. The 2 commentators are telling us that. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, or if it was just something that they kind of freaked him out about. Although they should have known that with the tropical storm or probably now a tropical depression coming in and was going to throw some rain up that way. So they should have been prepared for that. And that's pretty much really all I've got here, guys. Just the big thing was the offense just looked lethargic. They didn't look like they were into the game kind of for a first preseason game. You would kind of think, being a first preseason game, they would kind of want to kind of show off a little bit and kind of maybe to say, hey, this NFC Championship game wasn't really a joke. But the Lions got a lot of work to do with a lot of the backups here. Let's just put it that way. And if Goff goes down and if Nate Sutfield is the number 2 quarterback, the season's going to be a wash, especially if the injury bug hits the Lions hard. It's going to be game over for us. That at least if I'm basing it on this game, and it kind of for the second and third preseason game comes in it's the same way. We're in a world of hurt, guys, for backups coming in there because it's not going to be good. There's going to be a lot of mistakes happening, at least today. Maybe the coaching staff might be able to get those things corrected, but there's a lot of things to correct based on what I've seen today. And I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer or anything like that, or trying to scold the Lions or anything like that. They just looked lethargic today. They looked uninspired. They didn't look like they kind of wanted to be there today. And that's not the way to be a professional in sports. You want to put your best foot forward always because you don't know when you're going to get cut, and you don't know if another team's going to come pick you up. It doesn't matter if it's football, baseball, soccer, basketball, hockey, whatever professional sport you're in. You know that you always have to put your best foot forward or your best performance forward. So hopefully if you do happen to get cut, somebody else might come pick you up and give you a tryout. So that's my kind of a little bit of a rant for today. I'm not really going to yell or anything like that because it's a preseason game. Now, if it was the 5th or 6th season game and this was happening, this would be very, very concerning. But the first preseason game, even though I'm kind of like, man, they didn't really look all that good. And that's kind of really what it is. It's just that. It's to the point of the coaching staff just has a lot of work to do. And we'll see about the next game at Kansas City if they can kind of right that ship a little bit and put a little bit better performance on the field for next week. Guys, let me know what you think of this video. Give it a thumbs up if you like this video. Give it a thumbs down if you do not. Also, make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit the bell notification so you guys get more videos just like this one. All right, guys, I really hope you guys enjoy this video. Hope to see you guys again soon. Deuces. Take care, guys, and go Lions.